You know, guys, I'm in the car driving. It's, I don't even know what day of the week it is. I think it's Wednesday. Bodybuilding, man, I have no clue. Saturday, Friday, Sunday, every day's the same. I'm not even trying to be funny. Getting ready for this show, I had no clue what day of the week it was. I went to the post office and I was like, why the fuck did they close? And it was Sunday. You know, it's literally every day the same thing over and over again. Anyways, it's Wednesday. I trained. I did cardio, fasted cardio this morning, and then I trained shoulders. I shot a shoulder video with my boy Nick. It'll go up in a few days. Did some posing. Been posing every day. I've been looking harder and drier after Friday. You know, Friday I was fried. My body was like dead asleep on stage. It wasn't popping. I was holding water. Thursday was just a rough day. But retrospect, looking back and looking at pictures, you know, I've come a long way. I mean, I've been bodybuilding for 23 years, but like the past few years, you look at my pictures from when I went from men's physique to classic physique. I won the Pittsburgh Pro and the New York Pro, and I'm not impressed with those packages. I'm a very, very hard critic, and it's very hard for me to pat myself on the back, so to speak. I'm never happy, you know. I see some guys like, you know, you see some guys in the gym or some bodybuilders that are like, you know, a little arrogant or they love the way they look. I wish I was more like that, you know. I'm very, very hard on myself. Like New York Pro and Pittsburgh Pro, of course, I feel I deserved to win and I looked great, but like I wasn't impressed with that package, and I really, really worked my ass off this year. And I was looking at pictures and I'm like, you know, from the whole week, from before the show, from after the show, a lot of the stage shots I'm not happy with. Again, I was just flat and a little filmy. I was not at even 90-80%. I was like 75% of me. But all in all, I'm better than I was last year. I've developed more. The day after, I did photo shoot with Flex Magazine and photo shoot at Bev's when I got home. I looked bananas. I mean, I posted them up. There'll be video of them online. I look crazy, you know, but point is, I'm looking at these pictures, Flex Online's pictures, all the pictures, and I've come such a long way, man. You know, I gotta be honest with myself, see the good and see the bad too. I've developed, I've gotten bigger, my arms got bigger, my back got better, a little bit more detail, my quads got a lot bigger this year. You know, I worked really hard on everything. Like what the hell is that? I busted my ass on my calves. You know, sometimes like when I was younger and I wasn't competing, like I'd work out really hard, but I'd slack on abs. Or sometimes you see some guys, even pros, amateurs, you know, they'll do their training session hard, but they really won't do the calves. They'll slip up on calves. They won't do the cardio as hard. I did everything at 1,000% this prep. You know what? Fuck that. 1,010%. I'm talking about every morning I drove to the gym. I would do vacuums holding the steering wheel. I'm not the vacuum king, but, you know, I pulled a bit of a vacuum on stage. Can I make a right on red here? And for a guy of my size, I'm on the bigger end, you know, per square inch. You know, I think I did a good job. I would do fasted cardio, then I would do abs, then I would stretch, and then I would pose. This is all before eating breakfast, you know, and I trained my ass off every fucking day. Intense, heavy, not sloppy. I'd say this is the smartest training I ever did. I'd say this is like, you know, getting to the point where, you know, like real professional athlete, as far as, I'm not trying to sound arrogant or anything, but as far as the way I behave, not just going to the gym and lifting weight and being a hardcore egomaniac, but thinking smart, thinking ahead, thinking, if this hurt, should I do that? If this part of my shoulder was bothering me, where is it originated from? Going to professionals, you know, someone like LeBron James, the guy's got teams of people, you know, not only managing and his business and his name and marketing, but doctors and therapists and strength trainers and strategic doctors and wellness and medicine, everything, you know. So I incorporated deep tissue massage, I incorporated chiropractic work, Graston work that helped me a lot. My shoulder was bothering me last year. I got PRP injections, which is your own plasma from your blood. So I took it very seriously, and I was better and not even lifting as heavy as last year with no injuries. So, you know, I have to credit myself some things. I can't beat myself up too much. I came a long way. I improved a lot. And, you know, I was looking at pictures and I feel like I'm pretty well-rounded. I feel like I'm just getting better and better. If you look at me the past 3 years, if I look at myself the past 3 years, like I've really progressed. And the best is yet to come. I'm going to continue to progress. You know, I was back in the gym the day after the show. I've been training. What I did was I lowered my volume a little bit. I do everything very simple, very basic, but intense. Warm up 2-3 sets, get the blood flowing, get a pump, and then go heavy for 2 sets, 3 sets, and done. I'm gonna hit a lot of new angles for my back, a lot of new angles for my quads. I'm gonna get very creative. If you've been doing this, right, full range of motion, all the way down, all the way up for like 10, 15 years, in my case, 23 years, you kind of get used to it. So I've been doing half reps. I've been doing like 10 full and then holding and pumping at the top. And it's a quarter rep or it's a half a rep. Like, you know, if you showed me that, I'd say, that's fucking stupid. Why are you doing that? Full range of motion. I always preach full range of motion and high intensity. And as a beginner, you really do need that to develop the muscle beautifully, full range. But me, I've been starting from here and coming up to here for 20 years. So I'm changing variations, you know, doing negatives, slowing it down, stopping in the middle, doing a pump at the end, just the top portion, just getting creative. And I notice a difference. I notice a difference in how I feel and how I look. Soreness is you're only going to get sore if 1, you're a beginner, 2, you did something you've never done before, or 3, you've increased weight. You know, there'll be months on end where I don't get sore and I'm pushing hard every day. And then if I do something like, if you go do CrossFit, for instance, you'll be sore in places you didn't know you had. So something new, a new stress or more stress, like same exercise but a lot more weight. If not, if you're around 15-20% of the norm, after you're over your first few years of, you know, beginner bodybuilding, I don't get crazy sore. So I knew when I tried something different and I got sore in a certain spot, I was like, yeah, there we go, it worked, you know. So I did some creative shit on my back workout the other day. I recorded that. I got that shot too, so I'll post that up. But, you know, just driving and thinking about that, I've come a long way, and I'm just going to get better and better and better, you know, and I really do want to go down in history in bodybuilding. I'm not here just for fun and games and say I was on the Olympia stage, you know. I'm very passionate about the sport. I love it, you know. I never thought like people would look up to me. I never thought I'd be a pro or be on the pro stage, but now I got Samir Bannout giving me a hug and a kiss and saying he's proud of me and I look incredible and I have a great future. I got Ronnie Coleman in the front row gasping that I got 4th. He was shocked that I got 4th. It's fucking surreal, man. You know, it's incredible. Flex Wheeler, I got to talk to Flex Wheeler. I got to meet Flex Wheeler. I have Flex Wheeler's number. We're friends. Like, man, 99, to the back end of Flex's career, I was in high school. Flex Wheeler was like fucking a god to me. I was like, this guy has the most insane physique. I never thought I'd even be a fraction of that, and I don't think I am. The Flex Wheeler of old, I mean, would blow me away, but it was just fucking cool to be on stage with him, you know, like, and he was just such a gentleman and so humble, and he said, it's an honor to be on stage with you, champ. I was like, whoa, Flex, rewind, back up. I was like, no, man, you know, that, it was, the honor's all mine. I mean, that shit is crazy. Not only like what he went through, you know, he went through all of that and retirement and being sick and going through surgeries. He almost died, and now he's on the Olympia stage. And it wasn't like, you know, I know he got an invitation, but he looked great. I was shocked. His legs, you know, he brought his legs up in a short period of time. The human body, when it goes through a trauma like that, it's not the same. You don't just bounce back and become the same person. You had a piece of you taken out, you know? He had a kidney removed, taken out of his body, big scar in his stomach. You know, and I think I commend him for that. Just the willpower and the mentality to get up there is not easy. But all in all, you know, being back home, it's great to be back home, by the way. Vegas is tiring, man. There's so much going on all the time. But it was a good weekend for me. It really was. I'm not bitter. I'm really happy for George, Breon, and Chris. They're honestly good guys, man. I've gotten to know all of them. Very happy for them. They worked hard. They deserve their placing. Got to do a lot of cool stuff. Got to meet a lot of cool people. Forged better relationships. You know, there's a lot of guys in the industry that I see only once a year there. Shot with $7 production crew, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock's production crew. I mean, having Dwayne Johnson, you know, make comments and see my footage and get to know me to a certain extent, even though we didn't meet. I mean, for me, that is freaking amazing. I'm a huge fan of his. I'm a huge fan of what he's accomplished in his life, where he's come from, his journey, but most of all, how he carries himself. He's one of the most famous men on earth. He is one of the most well-known men on earth. And he's the coolest, most humble, classy gentleman. He doesn't act like a clown. He doesn't do stupid shit in media for the kids to see. He doesn't say stupid shit. He handles himself with class, dignity, respect. He's a cool dude, you know what I mean? So I look up to that. You know, I think humility is a really important characteristic trait. You know, people say to me like, oh, you know, how are you so humble? Why wouldn't I be humble? I pose on stage in my underwear, man. There's, you know, the world doesn't revolve around me. There's starving children out there. There's guys traveling to different stars in our galaxy. You know what I mean? Like, don't take yourself so seriously. I love this shit. I give myself and the other athletes a lot of respect. It's very hard. It's not a joke. Don't get me wrong. I'm proud of what I've accomplished. I'm proud of what I'm able to do. But at the same time, you know, I understand that the world doesn't revolve around me or us. No matter how many pats on the back you get, never let that shit get to your head, you know? You know, people say don't take things personally, and we always apply that to negativity. Like, don't take it personally when someone talks shit about you. But no, apply it to positive comments as well. Don't take anything personally. For now on, just remember that like 90% of the reasons people say shit to us is their own projection. They're feeling good that day. They're feeling shitty that day. How could a stranger on the highway like curse you out and, you know, call you all these fucked up names? They don't even know you. Maybe if you pulled over and chatted, you guys would be best friends. They're miserable. No truly happy, content person is gonna yell at someone else, curse at someone else, or talk shit on someone else's Instagram or YouTube. You know, like, if you're unhappy, you project that crap on people. So even when people give you compliments, you know, be appreciative, say thank you, enjoy it, but don't let that shit get to your head. If you feel good about yourself only because other people are saying you're cool, you're good looking, you're jacked, or whatever, what does that say? That's not true happiness. So if everyone stops paying attention to you, you're gonna be depressed. Like, that happens to a lot of celebrities. They're in the limelight, they're in the spotlight. Everybody wants to be with them and be around them and talk to them and book them and do this and do that. They fall off, they're not famous anymore. All that attention's gone. 90% of them or more have drug problems. Look it up. Celebrities have a lot of divorce and a lot of drug problems. So you gotta be content because you're content, not because other people say you're cool or you got nice abs. All right, that's enough for today.